just looking up again. There's
That's
the
the
rest
one.
of it.
Yes,
Okay.
finally got one.
Good.
Yeah.
Where do you feel the instability or the stress in the neck? Is it the lower part, or is it more on the upper part, or which?
It's right here. Actually, the whole thing right here is stress a lot.
Uh-huh.
And then whenever I turn to the right, that's my limit. To the left, I could the degree much larger, but to the right,
To
I
the right
couldn't.
is more restricted.
Yes, restricted. Yes.
Now, when you can you see? So you said you can make your neck pop,
Yes,
right?
yes.
What is it that you do? Like when that happens, is you're just holding onto the neck, and
Yes,
then you
I just hold right here, and when I turn it, and then it will pop.
and you just hold up onto the top of the neck.
Yeah, I just hold here, and then I would go to the left. Then it will pop.
That's when you hear the popping
Yeah,
noise.
right there.
Okay, but this has been going on for a couple months, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
But the tension of the neck for a couple months is, somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah, right there. It's a real strip.
Right in the bottom of the neck here as well. You have to take a look at that. What do you do for work again?
I was a tile setter.
Oh, a tile setter.
Yes.
Oh, I see.
When I stopped working because of my shoulder couldn't hold anymore, so 2017.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to MRI, and the doctor suggested me to have surgery.
Mm-hmm.
I refused it.
Right. The thing that we're looking at here, so here is...
Yeah, right there. I could
That's your
feel it.
C2.
Yes.
And then C3 right underneath
Mm-hmm.
it. Is C3 sore at all right there?
Yes, it's all. It is.
Okay, because C2 definitely has
Yes.
some stress, but when you're C2, so you're going to be looking at your neck here. When it comes to the C2, let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. So your C2, when
Yes.
it tilts down like that,
Yeah.
that usually means that disc is inflamed, and it's usually something lower.
Okay.
I'm looking at your C3 or your C4 because that's when that joint, when it misaligns, the first time that it will misalign, it will go back, and then it usually will go dropping down, okay? That C2, a lot of times if we work on a joint that's tilted and tilting down instead of going back like that, it's going to make that worse because it's going to push that joint more forward. We don't want to push it forward. So we're going to probably be looking at something a little bit lower down here. So I'm going to walk down the spine here because you do have some stress right up on that C2, and then you have some stress down below.
Yes.
So we're going to be taking a look and seeing which one. Here's 3, and then 4. 3, and then 4. Which is more tender?
The 3.
The 3 is a little bit more. Okay. Now I'm going to go a little bit lower down to the lower part of the neck.
Okay.
All right, so here's C6, 7, T1. C6, C7, T1. Any tenderness or soreness down here?
The 6 and the 7.
The 6 and 7.
Yes.
Which of the two is the more tender? So 6, 7. C6, C7.
The 7 just a little less.
Just
but
a little
yes,
bit less?
Yes, a little
So-
bit, not much.
Alright. Yeah, that doesn't allow it to move very much down here.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, let me tilt you back just a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, there's your L5.
Uh-huh.
L4,
Yes.
L5. Which is
L4.
L4 is a little bit more there. In terms of your lower back, the L5 and the L4 are pretty stressed here.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
When you go higher, 5, 4, 3, 2, L2 is a really significant problem as well, and it's tilting down like that. So it's putting a lot of stress onto the back of the joint, which the back of the joint is where those nerves come out of, right? So when you say disc bulges, disc herniations, yeah, exactly what you're talking about. When that joint shifts back, it will create that stress on the disc, and that can push that into where that nerve is, okay? So yeah, so hopefully if we can get that and push that forward a little bit more, that can help to create more stability there. But it should help to create a lot less frequency in terms of the back spasms. All you need to do is just get to your shoulders to relax there, and just allow all that stress to get pushed down into the legs, into your feet, and then down into the floor. Just let all that stress leave the body there. There you go. Good. Let that shoulder drop. Let it go. Good. Good. And just looking up again. There's
that's the one. Yes, finally got one.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna roll you just a little bit here.
Okay.
There you go. Relax that shoulder here. There you go. Perfect. There you go. There it is. Okay, good. Coming up, have a seat. Yeah, so when we actually work on the joints, so what I'm actually trying to do is pushing it forward here. I'm not trying to rotate the joint, whether it be from the right or from the left. I'm just trying to push that joint forward.
Alright.
We did get some good movement on the lower bone. That one actually cleared up pretty well. It's the C3 and the C2 area that we're going to see if we can calm down. But usually that stuff will calm down as we get more movement in the lower part. But we're going to see if we need to keep touching base on the upper part. Okay. Now, in terms of the joints, like you said, it's been that way for such a long time. So as we still have to get more movement in there, your body's going to start to undo, unlock, and unwind some of the stress in there. So you can start to hear some more clicking before that actually gets a lot better. But just kind of know that's just part of the process. Okay. If you need to, ice is your best friend, just because you can feel some of that soreness. But as we get more and more movement on those joints, my goal is to get that straight neck. See if we can push that forward just a little bit more to get some curve in there. And that should help to alleviate some of the stress above the top here. Okay. So let's see how that does. I want you to get some walking in. So now that we have some movement in those joints, walking helps to get that joint. Basically, it's lubricating the joints here. Okay, and that's what we want to try to do. Okay. All right. Any questions for me? All right, man. We got a road ahead of us, man. That was
So yes, I just want to go through that process. So hopefully, my neck getting better.
Yeah. So I can tell it's going to be a fun one. So let's see how that does, and then at that point, when you come back in for your next appointment, then we'll get you some more movement on there and see how things are looking. Okay.